At the same time, your left hand should come back to your side in the ready position. Just complete a low block.
Okay, ninjas, that's enough of the lesson for today. That's enough. Hi, everybody. Welcome to LuLz Comedy Night. Happy Ash Ketchum Wednesday. You're a small but powerful crowd, I have to say, this evening. Thank you all for coming. If you feel so inclined as to move up, you may, but be comfortable. Just be comfortable. I want to make this really nice for you guys. So, just let me know if there's anything I can do for you. All right? So we're just gonna talk about who's gonna be here tonight. It's we've got Christine On is here from Cambridge, from Boston. She rules. We've got Dan Martin. He will be here momentarily. Fingers crossed. Corbin St. James is here after an extended trip in Europe, so he's here. And then we've got R.A. Bartlett to close out the show, who is awesome, and he is also from Boston, Cambridge, Massachusetts area. Yeah. Cool. So I'm gonna get this thing started. I've got this guy that has been kind of trolling me on Instagram for a while, and he is friends of a friend. I don't really know him that well, but he, I just added him because he also plays Dungeons and Dragons, so I like to look at his feed. But he leaves me kind of like passive-aggressive comments sometimes. He has a kid, and he leaves me comments like, well, you live a privileged life. And I just basically had to flat out tell him recently, I'm sorry that you had a kid and I get to treat myself as my own kid. Like, I'm sorry that that's my life and not yours. But, you know, it's kind of shitty to tell me that because my life is not that privileged. I do a lot. I work so often at my job. It's almost like indentured servitude, my job. And like I'm the guy that when there's a bat trapped in the house, I have to spend 30 minutes fagging the fuck out to get that bat out of the house. That's so, you know, like, and I do a really good job. I'm surprised I'm not running an escort service out of my house at the moment. Because I may live a privileged lifestyle according to him, but you know, there are things that I want and I could probably get with sexual favors. I want a Tonka wrestling buddy, WWE wrestling buddy. Maybe all I gotta do is blow somebody for it. Also, I came into some money recently with the tax season upon us, but also I won gay bingo. And I reacted exactly how you thought I would when I won $1,425. I basically turned into Whoopi Goldberg from Sister Act. It was great. And when I got that AIDS money, y'all, I bought myself a brand new all-black outfit. Looking fierce with that AIDS money. Also, it's another thing that bothers me about the privileged lifestyle comment is that I feel lucky enough to be a 31-year-old man because there are plenty of people that didn't make it to this age that, like, when I was a kid, I was a monster as a kid, and I am just lucky that my parents didn't put me in a car and just drive it off into a lake at some point. Something you may not know about me, my parents wiped my ass until I was 10 years old. Thank you. At 10 years old, my mom went to prison and my dad was like, I got too much on my plate. Your ass is none of my concern at this point. And also, like, we couldn't go out in public without me crying if my sister was like 10 feet in front of me. I was just a mess. And also, I was really, really just as gay as I am now, but a tiny version of this. And my dad was pretty brilliant when my mom went to prison and he stopped wiping my ass. He was like, I'm gonna put you in Taekwondo. So, I'm a 3rd degree black belt in Taekwondo. Believe it or not. And it was really smart because when I went into middle school, that's when the full-fledged gay came out, and then by the time I was in high school, I was out completely. In my maybe junior year, I came out, and it was so gratifying to be able to know that if anyone fucked with me, I could defend myself, but at the same time, it basically turned me into the gay version of Regina George in my high school. I was reading bitches the house down at my school. By the way, if you need me to translate faggot to you, that is like exclamation point. House down means excellence. This one guy with a unibrow used to call me a faggot all the time just to my face, and I would get so... I would get really like, okay, tell me something I don't know, and then while you're at it, why don't you do something about that unibrow? And then I would just be like... sashay, and then I didn't get my ass kicked, so I get to live to tell about it. So I live alone, which is probably great because I've been waking myself up screaming in the middle of the night recently. It's a lot of nights sleep. I woke up. This is exactly how I woke up the other night. Sorry. Let me prepare. What's going on with that? Why is that happening to me now? I think I'm having night terrors, but I'm not sure. I also started hysterically crying over a lube commercial the other day. Have you guys seen this lube commercial? There's a commercial about these two men. One of them is at home and he's constantly like looking out a window. He might as well be like standing at a beach like, come home! And then at the end of the commercial, his gay military boyfriend comes in and then it's like, Astroglide, there when you need it. Essentially. So yeah. I don't live a privileged lifestyle. I don't think I do. I think I can do whatever the fuck I want with my expendable income, and that's the moral of the story. So I say you all do the same. Spend it on whatever you like, but don't blow people for talking wrestling buddies, because that's my job. All right, we're bringing up Chris. Thank you. So we're going to bring up Christine onto the stage. Little thing you need to know about her, she's going to be in the Women in Comedy Festival that's soon. She's also in a band called Fat Robin, and their CD is going to drop sometime this summer. And without further ado, let's bring up Christine.
Thank you, Randy. Thank you for having me here tonight. I'm really excited to be here. As you can tell, I'm not Jewish. I'm actually Korean. And I know that right now North Korea is a super hot topic. And so I did some research and I actually found the freshman orientation speech for Kim Jong-il Memorial University. I'll be reading that for you. Welcome, the freshman class of 2014, to Kim Jong-il Memorial University, the only premier institution of higher learning on this side of the 38th parallel. I hope everyone picked up a lapel pin from the entrance. Of course, wearing it on your lapel isn't mandatory. Technically, it is only mandatory from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. every day. But why would you want to take it off? I wear mine 24/7, except when I'm changing shirts. Some of you have heard rumors that the lapel pins have been bugged. This is not true. If we had that kind of technology, would I be addressing you through this crappy megaphone that shoots only really tiny bullets? These bullets could hurt only a fly, maybe a small finger, but only on accident. Part of being a student here is being able to walk the walk. Some people call it goose stepping. We prefer to call it walking. It might feel a little weird at first, but it's not so bad once your feet go numb. Plus, your thighs will look great and you'll feel great from the constant exercise. It might also make you feel a little hungry all the time in a feel-good way. With glory. We believe in reading the classics, namely On the Art of Filmmaking by Kim Jong-il, a condensed biography of Kim Jong-il by Kim Jong-il, and lastly, Kim Jong-il, The Complete Diaries, edited by none other than his wife, Mrs. Kim, with a foreword by Kim Jong-il, too, his honorable clone. This is mostly to supplement your well-balanced curriculum of nuclear physics, sharpshooting, and smiling. The informal motto around here is work hard, study harder, party only for the party. There is no official motto, but if there were one, it'd be something along the lines of, your family's rations will be solely determined by your grades. Happy studying, dear freshmen, but don't study too hard. All work and no play makes a great leader a dull man, and we all know that he's no man. He's half God, 1/4 man, and 1/4 demigod. And in no way is he dull. In fact, our great leader is the composer, lyricist, and producer of the disco dance hit, The Persimmons of Pyongyang Are Like the Tears of My Love, numerous and slightly bitter, which has topped our nation's music charts for the past 30 consecutive years. It's my favorite song, second only to the national anthem, which is also our school's alma mater and fight song. In conclusion, I offer you all a hearty welcome to a dynamic and diverse community. Just keep those name tags affixed on your uniforms at all times, and you won't get lost or mistaken for someone else. There are just so many of you, and you all have the same type of wave perm. Please excuse me, I am getting old and my hand is getting really tired from holding up this megaphone. It's pretty heavy from all the bullets hiding inside. Welcome, thank you. You may now all applaud like thunder. Do you ever get letters in the mail telling you that you've won contests you never entered? The other day, I opened up an envelope and it read, Dear Christine, congratulations! You have been chosen to be a participant in our annual Virgin Sacrifice. And my first thought was, wow, I'm really flattered. But then I realized how creepy it was. How did they know? So in high school yearbooks, they choose, senior superlatives for the graduating seniors. Most likely to succeed, nicest eyes, best dressed, best personality. I wasn't voted for anything in high school because I wasn't very popular, but I wasn't so unpopular as to be voted most unpopular. But I think if my classmates had known me just like a little better, I would have been voted most likely to contemplate death while eating breakfast. More specifically, Cheerios. I only have 2 friends. So grammatically, I can only have a better friend. But if I could have a best friend, I would have to say my pet dog, because he doesn't get offended when I touch his poop. Speaking of different types of friends, my boyfriend dumped me recently. And by recently, I mean 20 months ago. But I still think about it from time to time, every now and then. Because it's a completely normal thing to obsess over, at least according to my therapist. And he appears in my dreams. But I do think breakups would be easier on the person getting dumped if breakup lines were nicer, more considerate. So here are some more considerate breakup lines I hope to hear in the future. Christine, don't take this personally. It's not you. It's not me either, it's them. Christine, starting tomorrow, I'm going to begin to gain a lot of weight. Like a lot. And I really want to spare you from this sight. Christine, to be completely honest with you, I love you. In fact, I love you so much that I'm going to have to let you go. In exactly 3 minutes, I will untie the ropes. All the ropes. And I'm not kidding this time. Christine, you're exactly who I thought you were, which is great, but I'm not at all who I thought I was. John Lennon. My ideal breakup line, though, would have to be the following. Christine, so I've been thinking about this really carefully for a very long time. I have a confession to make. Please don't judge me. So for the past 2 months, I've fallen in love with our neighbor's cactus plant. Don't worry, it's nothing physical. Yet. But I just wanted to tell you the truth because I really respect you as a human being. Sometimes I wish you could kill vampires with beefsteaks. Because it's the only kind of steak I carry around with me regularly. When I was growing up, I used to have a pet dog robot, but then we had to put him to off. Everyone remembers the class clown, but who remembers the class juggler? Because I don't remember the class juggler at all. Which makes me wonder sometimes, maybe I was the class juggler, but I just don't remember it. So to impress my high school crush, I wanted to perform in the high school talent show. And I was planning on performing John Cage's 4 minutes and 33 seconds. But then I realized I'd never taken piano lessons before. So I didn't perform in the talent show, and nothing happened between me and my high school crush. But the good news is I'm actually back on the dating scene. I recently joined OkCupid, and I've been going on some dates, and I've learned that I'm actually really good at dating. And the secret is I'll go on a first date with a guy, to get coffee or beer. If I like him, I'll take him a ukulele and play a song. And I would like to share that with you. Would you guys like to hear my secret song? It works every time. Okay, great. So I need your help for this. I would like for you to join in on the chorus. And the chorus is, every day, in every way, I am getting better and better. Repeat after me. Every day, in every way, I am getting better and better. Fabulous. Can you guys hear me? Yes. All right, okay. I used to get panic attacks. I used to get them every day. I still get panic attacks, but only once in a while. I used to get hurt a lot. I used to get hurt every day. I still get my feelings hurt, but only once in a while. I used to get pretty sad. I used to get pretty sad every day. I still get pretty sad, but only once in a while. Here we go. Every day, in every way, I'm getting better and better and better and better and better. secret every once in a while. I still cry in secret, and it's still only every once in a while. Every day, in every way, I'm getting better and better and better and better and better. Every day, in every way, I'm getting better and better and better and better and better. I used to think that I couldn't change. I used to think that I would stay the same. I haven't changed much at all. Every day I'm getting better. Thank you. And I think that song works so well because it just shows how dedicated I am to self-improvement. So I have been pretty successful with online dating, but sometimes I receive weird messages on OkCupid. Does that ever happen to people? Yeah. So I will share with you the strangest OkCupid message I've ever received. It was from a protester in Kiev, in Ukraine. And I didn't respond. And one thing you'll notice in the message is that he's making all these puns about hands, and he thinks that they're like really clever. Teammate, fancy seeing you here. How have you been all these years? I'm camped out in Kiev's Independence Square. It's mesmerizing seeing matters unfold firsthand. Suffice to say that, hands down, it's not the handiest place to be at the moment. But don't fret, I'm in good hands. Bertrand handed me an offer via handwritten letter. He misspelled letter as L-A-T-T-E-R. That I just couldn't refuse. I've been contracted to quell the fascists with my expert idiosyncratic open-hand diplomacy. On the one hand, it's sort of violent here. On the other hand, I'm always irresistibly charming and handsome, and I always keep love in my heart. I'm working hand over fist, and we're actually handling things quite well, despite what the press might lead you to believe, and despite lots of backhanded and underhanded deals, handlers with blood on their hands, etc. Time to really take matters into my own hands. I lived here during the Orange Revolution, so thankfully I know the place like the back of my hand. But concerning us, my hands are kind of tied right now, but I predict that in 6 weeks, I, single-handedly, will have firmly secured an upper hand and got the whole matter handled. So, how about a dinner date on, say, April 1st at 4 p.m.? You know a good place offhand? Hanover Street? Or no, how about I'll just get us both a cup of joe and stake out a bench in Harvard Yard near the statue by the flocks of photographing Orientals? Please confirm the place, date, and time, and until then we can chat as much as you like. Love is an art. 4,000 miles in a dreadfully chilly ocean can never unbind ours. I blocked him. But I think that reveals a lot about who I am. I'm very cautious, you know. Someone reaches out his hand and calls me to adventure, and I say, no thanks. I've been reading a lot of self-help books lately because I'm too shy to ask other people for help. But I did find this awesome piece of life advice that I would like to share with you before I leave the stage today, because it has helped me go through some really dark times, and I would like for it to help you get through some dark times as well. So here it goes. Some people like to run the bathroom faucet to mask the sound of urination. But why waste water when you can just scream? Thank you, you guys. You're really
Christine on. So good. I went to pick up Christine from the train station earlier, and on the way back to my house we were talking about I deleted OkCupid from my iPhone, but I still have Tinder. Has anybody used Tinder here? Tinder rules because it's basically like Hot or Not. It brings up a picture of someone and you're like, and you swipe it that way, or like, and you swipe it the other way. And if you match with somebody, it's like, it's a match, keep playing. I feel like it should be hooked up to Game Center, by the way, if that's going to be one of the things. But anyway, so far I haven't went on any dates with anyone, but I have had sex with a man that identifies as bisexual, and we had role play sex, and now me and my friend Hannah are really into the idea of sex LARPing. So if anyone would like to join our guild, please talk to me after the show. Without further ado, I'm going to bring up Dan Martin to the stage. This man is amazing. He has a web radio show / podcast on 990wbob.com. And he also hosts the 2 Comic Minimum show at Multiverse Comics the last Sunday of the month. Yes. I'm doing so well. Yes, Dan Martin.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. Yeah, hey. I feel fantastic, and I think it's because I shaved, you know? I shaved like a couple days ago, and my friends just don't believe that I'm 33 years old. They're like, you look young! How old are you? 33. No way, man. You look like you're 26. And I'll take it, you know? It's not like I do anything special. I shaved. It could be, bless you, it could be my diet, you know? Because I do eat mostly organic, you guys. I eat babies. Oh, you guys laugh, but it's the souls that keep you young. Oh, I'm just kidding, you guys. There's no secret to this. You guys could look like this. It's not that hard. I started comedy 5 years ago. So in May, it'll be 5 years I've been doing stand-up. When I started, I weighed over 600 pounds. I actually weighed 625 pounds in college. That's a true story. I lost over 400 pounds in 4 years. Thank you. I think a better thing were to be if I were never an abomination of God, but thanks for applauding. I weighed 600 pounds, that's insane. I lost over 400 pounds so that I could be obese, which is kind of odd, right? Like I'm finally substitute teacher fat. I look like I just let myself go, but I literally just got on board. Like I'm getting fat backwards like Benjamin Button with a thyroid problem. You guys can call me Belly Button. Don't call me that, I don't know you people. People call me names. I lost 400 pounds and I tell people that and they say the same thing. Oh my God, that's 2 people. Really? Because I'm still over 200 pounds. Pretty sure I qualify as a person, damn. Why is it 2 people anyway? Why isn't it like 20-pound babies? Or 3 decent people? I did a show a couple months ago and I said, I lost 400 pounds, and I was going to tell the rest of the joke, and some guy heckled me. He just yelled, yeah, right, muffin top. Fuck it, I'm not offended. That's the best part of the muffin. I don't know if you guys know that. Holy shit. Like this thing, the part that he called me, that's got all the sugar on the edges. All the chocolate chips. All the flavor. Like, don't hate because I'm flavorful. You know? Like, what that guy think though? Like I lost 400 pounds and now I'm just delusional? Like I get up in the morning and I'm naked and I look in the mirror like, oh, straight up and down, thank you Jesus. Like I bought a new belt buckle. No one's ever seen it. The only thing buying a belt buckle did for me was I get like a cool copy of itself underneath my muffin top. In eczema. It's gross. Like 3D skin rash. It's like, I don't know. It's like bas relief. I don't know if you're into pottery jokes, but that one kills it. That one kills it. Heating up the mic. Heating it up. Oh, fuck me. Yeah. And the first time I told that joke, a woman in the audience said, "Ow! Like silly putty." No, it's nothing like silly putty. I press it up against the newspaper, I get nothing. It just kind of flakes and smells like vinegar. Now, you're hearing it, I'm living it. So. I'm fucking 33 years old. They pile shit that high, is that the expression? I'm 33, and I was worried about it when I was 28, so I was like 28, around that age, like that's when I was at my heaviest, you know, I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna be 30 soon, I'm overweight, I'm losing my hair, what's gonna happen to my body, and then I realized, you know, hey, it's all about acceptance, you know? So I looked in the mirror and I said, fuck it, like what's the worst that's gonna happen to this, you know? Like I wake up on my 30th birthday and just spontaneously combust, like, oh, it's time! And they come in my room like, it smells like Cool Ranch Doritos and depression in here. Who left Zelda on pause? Where is Dan? This is irresponsible. I was worried about that stuff. No, but you know, I had to lose weight. It's tough, right? They tell you all to like watch what you eat. You know, like I don't just watch it go in my fat mouth. Like, I watch what I eat on the fork and then... Like, I eat stuff now. I eat this stuff called Kashi cereal. You guys know what that is? Yeah. That stuff is like a prostitute. Because it's really expensive. And you spend a long time going, I don't think I want to put any part of that in my mouth. Like, I don't know, it's expensive. I'll put my dick in it, I guess? I don't know. You can test it the same way. Just, yeah, no, I'm going to do it. My doctor told me to try Kashi with, I never started my timer. The doctor told me to try Kashi with soy milk. That's what he said, you'll taste the weight loss. A grown fucking man said this to me. He's in his 60s. He's got a couple degrees. You'll taste the weight loss. Great. Yeah, and now with the fucking farting, so can my roommates. How many of you guys ever had cardboard with soy milk? But it's not... Okay, I'm sorry. That's gross. I'm just glad they don't serve food in this part of the venue. I'm sorry, everybody. But it's concerning. Like, have you guys ever farted and it just sounds like a question? Do you know what I mean? Like, brrrr. Oh, it's creepy, right? That last part always rolls up your nuts. Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, ladies. Your Roman aqueduct. Your secret waterways that lead to chambers where emperors meet. Discuss city business. I could be romantic. But it's like, when you're always trembling when that happens. You're like, oh my god. I don't know if a ghost just ran through me, or if I pooped. I don't know. Even your ass is like, did we poop? I don't know. I'm down here, I have no idea. Oh man, that's the worst part. Like sometimes I'll have to, you know, let one go. And it'll sound like a sassy black woman agreeing with me. Just like, no way that didn't go unheard. There's no way, and it was hot. It was hot. It's gross. Soy milk. So now, like, if I gotta do that in public, I gotta figure out, like, I gotta, like, yell something sassy and black to cover it up, you know? Like I have a sidekick or something, like just, Jesus, take the wheel! Like, somebody fart? No, that fat kid just has cool friends. Okay. Oh man, losing weight's fun. I recently got to go to a trampoline park. Has anybody been to a trampoline park? What is a trampoline park? Oh my god, your mind is about to get fucking... A trampoline park is a place made out of trampolines. Can you fucking believe it? The floor, they go up on the walls, people are bouncing everywhere. For me, after losing 400 pounds, walking into that, you can't feel your weight. It's like the floor is made out of hope. It's like, I'm just floating on dreams right now. This is amazing. I don't even have to propel myself forward. All I have to do is slap this thing and I'm done. It is fucking awesome, right? So here's the thing. At the trampoline park, they have different things you can do. One of the things you can do is play trampoline dodgeball. Nice. Holy fuck. Here's the thing, it's just kids in there, really. The adults don't want to do it because it's just like, this is for kids. But if you're me and you've been 600 pounds forever, and you lose 400 pounds and you go to a trampoline park and you're floating on Martin Luther King's speeches, it's just like an amazing time. Like you're just living on a river of hope. And so I go in there, it's just me and a bunch of kids, and I don't know if there's a formula for heaven, but I think it's smashing a 7-year-old in the face with a dodgeball when you're about a foot off the ground. I think that is the kingdom. Next time a Jehovah's Witness stops me at Kennedy Plaza, I'm going to be like, nope. I want you to look at my Facebook wall real quick. Oh no, I'll read that, but you look at this motherfucker. Look, I have at least 6 to 8 inches off the ground. I exaggerate on stage. I say a foot, but hey, I'm a guy. What are you going to do? Oh, it's crazy. I loved it, man. And so another thing they have is a foam pit, which is great in theory. Because if you're a kid and you go to the foam pit, you probably weigh like 90 pounds. You're bouncing around, you jump in the foam pit, jump out of the foam pit, your friends are laughing, you have a good time. If you're an adult, you weigh over 100 pounds, the foam pit is quicksand. I should never have jumped in the foam pit. Kids are doing like flips. I'm like, I'm gonna do something cool, I'm gonna do a cannonball. And I run from the little red carpet onto the trampoline, and I don't do a cannonball so much as just sink into the trampoline. I gotta do a jump now. I can't jump. So I sink into the trampoline. I've got size 14 hobbit feet. My feet, if Peter Jackson saw these things, he'd save money on makeup, just casting me as the foot in every shot. These things are hairy and just unwieldy. And so I go and I sink into the cannonball. And I jump, and my feet, they don't move, they don't do anything, they're just sticks. And so I flop forward, fall into the foam pit, no form, nobody gave a shit. Sunk right in. Now I'm in the foam pit like, ah! Wow, you really, I don't make these things like they used to. I don't know what I'm just saying. And then it comes to my mind, ah! And the guy behind me is like, you gotta climb out. I'm like, oh what, there's no ladder? It's foam, how don't you fucking know this? Fuck it, I live here now. This is it, I live in a foam pit. There's other fat guys in the foam pit. Welcome, Dan. How are you? Welcome. No, we jumped in too. No. Yeah, they tell you to climb out, but what are you gonna do? I'm just waiting for one of these other fat fucks to die, and I'll use his flabs as a ladder. A flab ladder out of this place. A flabber. Somebody's helping me with my jokes like I need it. Here's the thing. The other fat guys in there, they're not looking to get out. They just want to, pretend it's the trash compactor on the detention level or something. It's a Star Wars joke. I'm like, no, Nicholas, the walls aren't closing in. You've been here for 2 weeks and you're gaining weight. My girlfriend's going, grab my hand. I'm like, no, save yourself. It's too late. You got out somehow. Just go. Tell the others. I am the foam pit. I thought about it too, I'm never getting out of here. This is now where I live. The concession stand is right there. All I have to do is convince children that the foam pit is alive and it needs pretzels. That's pretty much. Can I jump now? No, Cindy! I asked for honey mustard and the pig salt! You've angered the foam pits. I got out of the foam. You guys, I joined you here today. I just got out. Wow, okay. Switch. This doesn't really go up, does it? Okay. Switching gears. I gotta get out of here, but before I do, I recently in a new relationship, which is amazing. I don't know how that happened. I'm awkward. I'm an awkward guy. Like, here's me. Okay. A couple of years ago, you know, hanging out with my younger friends, you know, and then a girl would walk by and they'd say something like, "Oh, I'd hit that." I'm like, "Yeah, me too." And then I'll just touch her while she's unconscious. Is that? I don't know. What? First you hit them, then you get some. America. I don't know. I don't know anything. Don't worry. That's just a culture joke. It's not like a rape joke. This is actually a comment on how society is not me present. Whatever. It's okay. We'll talk about structure another time. And joke theory. Right now I got some more shit to say. But no, I'm not like a clever, like I've never been like smooth or anything. As you can see, I can't even get out of the foam pit without Eric swooping in with his meaty arms. This man was an angel. Anyway, he lifted me right out. I think he was also made of hope. Like I was at a Christmas party this past Christmas, and there was a woman there, and a friend of mine was like, "Hey, Dan, you see that girl over there, man?" "Yeah, what about her?" "Oh, I bet she sucks a mean dick." "Eh?" I was like, "Ugh. Why?" Personally, I wouldn't suck a nice one. I don't know who's going out of their way. Made me think, though. Maybe to get a girl like that, what he means is you just walk up to her with your dick out and slap her drink out of her hand with it. And just be like, "What are you gonna do?" "Hey, look, I try to be nice. It's this guy. He's so mean." Just start going to clubs, play good cop, bad dick. "I want some answers." Like, "Well, take it easy, Frank. She didn't hurt nobody." Oh man! But dude, I have a girlfriend now. We've been going together for about 4 months. Give me a round of applause. I like validation. Yeah. About 2 months into the relationship, something really funny happened. It was the first time she'd woken me up. I was in a dead sleep, and she'd woken me up by sticking her finger in my ear, which was odd. So I woke up, and you know, I look up at her, and my first reaction is, "What the fuck are you doing?" And it turns out she had never, you know, let one go in front of me. So she was just like, "Oh, I was actually gonna pass gas, and I was afraid you'd hear it and think I was disgusting and leave me." It's like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck have guys done to you? This is insane. And besides, I was asleep. Asleep. You could have let it rip. I would have known. I've been farting this whole time. I had no idea. Until I woke up and smelled the room. I had no... That's gross. It's like the 4th fart joke I told tonight, but whatever. So, completely just like weirded out. And the ironic thing is she thought that I would hear her fart, think she was disgusting, and want to leave her. Now I think she's creepy, and I would kind of like to leave her. So, but you guys have been a great audience. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm going to bring you back to your host, Randy Bush.
Dan Martin. Awesome. We're about to have a video, but before we do, I just feel like I feel like the room is comfortable enough with me sharing my story of the last time I sharted. So I'm just gonna get it out of the way real quick. So normally when I'm at home by myself, I'm like this all the time, on my bed watching anime on my iPad. It's like, yay, Sword Art Online rules. So I was watching it and I was like, okay, a fart's gonna happen now. And then I farted and I realized that it was a shart, and immediately I went poop like this. And then I army crawled off the bed to the nearest towel, and then I wiped myself with a towel. And then I was like, well, I can never use this towel ever again. So I took the towel outside to throw it in the garbage. I live and work at a bed and breakfast. At this point in time, the garbage was so backed up, the people had not come to pick it up. So I was like, well, where do I put this shit towel? I'll just throw it into the garbage abyss. And as I opened up the door to where the garbage was, a rat jumped out at me. To which I was scared I was going to shart again. But I did not. So that's my shart story. Thanks for sitting through that. So we're gonna have this video band by Nick and Ryan. Please enjoy.
Yeah, hi. Can I get a large iced coffee, light with milk only, no sugar?
Please enter your PIN code.
No.
Please enter your PIN code.
No, I'm not really hungry. I just want the coffee.
Please enter your PIN code.
No, I would not like to donate $1 to the Jimmy Fund.
Please enter your PIN code.
No,
Please enter
just the
your PIN
coffee. Yes, a large iced coffee, light with milk only, no sugar. Yeah.
Please enter your PIN code.
Okay. Hey, $8, please.
Hey, is it possible for you guys to stop eating like that?
Excuse me? Stop eating like what?
You're doing like a smacking thing.
What smacking thing?
You guys are going late.
You're disgusting. That is a disgusting noise. Hey guys, sorry I haven't been posting much the past week. I have been sick as a dog with this flu, and let me tell you, we're in day 4 now, it's not getting much better. I've been throwing up, sneezing, I can't feel my throat. Hold on, I gotta blow my nose. Oh shit. Wait, which one is the camera? Tastes a little weird. Yeah. It could use more cowbell. That is funny. It's so funny. Oh, yeah, that's definitely better. Yeah, much better.
Hey kid, want to see a body?
Okay.
Go chat with that.
All right.
Wait. Is that Ryan? Oh my God!
What are the chances?
keep it going for the video thing. Yeah. That's cool. I don't know much about it. I was told, hey, you gotta host this part of the show because Randy had to leave. I don't know where he went, but he had to take off. So he left, and that was a video. So keep it going for that stuff. And the show must go on, so I'll bring up your next performer. This next guy here is a very good friend of Mr. Randy Bush, and I've been looking forward to seeing this man's act for quite some time. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Corbin St. James. There he is, ladies and gentlemen, Corbin St. James.
Hey y'all! What's up? Sorry, I smoked a lot of weed just now. Hey, so I am Randy's good friend Corbin. We met at Gathering of the Vibes a few years ago in Bridgeport, Connecticut. You guys been to Bridgeport? It's fucking wild. It is fucking wild. Yo, when I first met Randy, he was trying to like not be as gay. And it was funny because I was like, dude, you're really flaming. You can't even pump your own gas. And that's not like because he can't, like he'll set the place on fire. The great fire of Bridgeport, Connecticut. Y'all doing all right? Yeah. Cool. I'm blessed. I'm fucking blessed. I just got back from a month of hanging out in Europe. If you have not done that, you gotta do it. You gotta do it. I'm telling you, get your dad to pay for it like I did. It is awesome. I went to Amsterdam. Duh. Am I right? It was awesome. Went to Amsterdam, went over to Dusseldorf, went over to Berlin, did some botelloning in Madrid. You guys ever been to Madrid? It's awesome, you should go. Drinking in public rules. You can do that in New Orleans, but drinking in public in Spain, come on. Come on. Not everybody can do that. But I can. So I just got out of hey, I got a computer over there somewhere. Can we get that going? I just broke up with a girlfriend. I'm about to do a slideshow of all of my girlfriends. So let's start here. I go to the picture library and go to girlfriends. Let's go there. Alright. This is Mickey. This is my most recent ex-girlfriend. So I met her at I was at a extreme frisbee golf tournament. And this little filly was hanging out. We met, we talked about Linkin Park. We talked about Grand Theft Auto. Sparks flew, and I am talking about smoking doobies. You get that? Okay. Yeah, so this is Mickey. We just broke up because she wants to be a marine biologist. I can't handle that. Next. This is Lori, aka Fairy Queen. Lori's dead. Just want you guys to know. She died in it was a very tragic cliff diving accident in Mexico. But I mean, you guys can laugh because at her funeral we all got together and we watched Spaceballs and ate pizza. That's what she wanted. Her dad was the head of he was the head of a software engineering company back where we're from, and you know, he just got really high and all night he'd pretend to be a hamburglar. It was awesome. That's what she would have wanted. She made this, by the way. Goodbye, my queen. Next. Fucking Shauna. Shauna was a drip, y'all. Shauna did not want me to keep my surfboard or my wet gear anywhere near her shit. Couldn't handle it. But damn, she looked good in a bikini. Next, it's my current girlfriend, Caitlin. She rules. She's actually about to legally change her name to I Love Love. And I support that. She wants to be a veterinarian. She's the love of my life. Definitely the love of my life. I wrote a song for her. You guys want to hear it?
Yes.
It's called I Love Love. And it goes something like this. Charlotte, you are the love of my life now. You are the love of my life now. You want to be a veterinarian. That's all I got so far. The love of my life. All right, we can cut that with the girlfriends. So I went to Bonnaroo last year. Have you guys been to Bonnaroo? If you haven't, gotta do it. Gotta. I tried these mushrooms while I was up there. Anybody ever done mushrooms before?
I want to try it.
Don't be afraid. One love. We can all talk about this. It's all right. I'm not gonna judge you.
Where do you find it?
So, tried these mushrooms. They were specifically grown from cat poop. It was awesome. I saw my grandfather, and we chatted for a while. We played some chess, or as he used to like to call it, chest. Happy. He's a great guy. Any ladies in here like to eat hamburgers? Yeah! That's what I'm talking about. Any people in here that identify as male like to eat hamburgers? I just have to ask that question because I met this cool dude in Berlin named Simon. He's fucking awesome, dude. He's a trans man, and when I met him, I didn't know what, like, he looks like Bowie, and I think Bowie's hot, and I have been with quite a few dudes in my day. I have. And when we met, I was like, you know, can I stick it in your boy pussy? And he said, I don't know, can I stick it in your boy pussy? And then it made sense to me because his boy pussy is also his butt. Think about that. That's what I'm gonna leave you with. So Randy is still, I think he's doing a bid on a WWF Tonka Wrestling Buddy right now. So I'm gonna bring up the last comedian to the stage, which is R.I. Bartlett. He was a comic in residence at the Comedy Studio, and he's pretty awesome. So let's hear it for R.I. R.A.
Thank you, Corbin. Are any of you guys familiar with the Milgram experiment? Basically, in the 60s, I think, whenever your parents were banging, there was this thing at a college where they brought students into an office and hooked them up to a machine that had a radio and a control panel, and their idea was to shock people on the other end of this communication line, or something bad would happen to them. And the radio would have like audio coming back, and they would hear actors acting out the agony of people shocking them on the other side of the room and something like that. And you know, the basic idea was like that people were gonna inflict horrible pain on their fellow man because the whole idea was better them than me. I think of that whenever I see an empty row at a comedy show. Like, oh, I don't want to sit in the front, they'll make fun of me, just let some other sucker take it. You know, I think I speak for everybody here when I say that the hippogriff is the most bullshit of all mythological creatures. Now, for those of you who haven't been keeping up with their medieval bestiaries, which if you haven't, shame on you, a hippogriff is an amazing hybrid creature, which is 1/2 eagle, 1/2 horse. It is the offspring of the horse and the griffin, which is 1/2 eagle, 1/2 lion. So logically speaking, the hippogriff should be 1/2 horse, 1/4 eagle, 1/4 lion. Hey everyone, lion's recessive. Supposedly the hippogriff is rarer than the griffin, because griffins just don't go knocking up horses willy-nilly every day. But griffins don't exist in the first place, so how much rarer can the hippogriff be? I'm not going to be walking through the woods with my son, happen upon a forest meadow, where there lands the majestic hippogriff. And I'd be like, you see that boy? We're truly lucky to witness this amazing 1/2 eagle, 1/2 horse creature. We could have just encountered your garden variety 1/2 eagle, 1/2 lion monster like a couple of assholes. The thing about having Asperger's is, I really like Jane Austen novels, because for me it's like letting other people being as awkward as I am. Now for those of you unfamiliar with Asperger's, it's kind of like considered a mild form of autism, like diet autism. Or crystal autism, because the medical community is trying to discontinue it or something. It's very funny, like, it's very trendy right now for people to claim that they have Asperger's to excuse their shitty behavior. And at first this made me angry, till I realized I'm now kind of being graded on the curve. Because now people are like, you have Asperger's? You're not as shitty as I thought you'd be. Still kind of shitty though. And then you're thinking, well, how can you have Asperger's and be up here on stage talking to us? And the thing is, I'm not talking to you, I'm talking at you. Something you muggles don't understand. It's like, that makes all the difference. It's like, it's my secret, Cap, I don't have a comfort zone. What's going on right now is that there are people who are protesting against vaccines because they're afraid that giving the kids vaccines will give them autism. They think that's the major cause of it. And I don't know how to take these outcries, where there are people out there saying, you know, it's better that your kid died of an obsolete 18th century disease than end up like me. You have Jenny McCarthy leading the cause, because she's claiming that vaccines gave her son autism. And this is the thing, growing up with Asperger's definitely wasn't easy, definitely a struggle. But on the other hand, I didn't inherit a brain like Jenny McCarthy's. So I still think that kid dodged a bullet. Whatever he had before the vaccine, whatever makes him less like Jenny McCarthy, still qualifies as a cure. MTV is stupid. You know, you have that thing going on right now, like the Teen Moms show. I think some of the Teen Moms are doing like the Maxim magazines right now, trying to do playa spreads, like look sexy, and I just don't buy into that. I don't really get the sex appeal of the Teen Mom movement. I think it defeats the purpose of both. I know what they were trying to go for. Like they're thinking, hey, people love MILFs and people love jailbait, so if we combine the two, they'll like them twice as much. But guys, sometimes two great tastes don't go great together. Like chocolate and garlic. Yeah, very hard being women. I know you're thinking, well, doesn't being funny help you meet women at all? And no, that's a myth. As a matter of fact, it hurts, because girls are like, oh, are you just going to do jokes about me in your act if I go out with you? And I'm like, I don't know. Nobody goes out with me. I As a matter of fact, most of my jokes are about how nobody goes out with me. So the best way to not be in my jokes is to go out with me. But she still wouldn't go out with me. So now she's in my joke. Actually, this is very interesting. I learned that I actually have been doing pretty well with women in like the big city. It just turns out that women in Rhode Island don't find me attractive, which sucks because that's where I grew up, but it's very weird. It's like women in Rhode Island specifically aren't into me. So I guess in a lot of ways, not finding me attractive is like celebrating victory over Japan Day. I mean, I'm not saying they're morally equivalent. It's just a where there's smoke, there's fire situation. You know, I was at the dollar store and I saw an attractive girl working the counter, which surprised me because it's the dollar store. And usually life offers attractive people more options. Especially since this is Dollar Tree. Like Family Dollar I can understand, that's always kind of in the Target to Dollar Tree's Walmart. Dollar Tree's just a bit of depression, so I'm thinking I should talk to her. And the answer is I shouldn't. I don't deserve to talk to anybody, but this is going to go forward. So I'm thinking I'd try and impress her by buying something really awesome off the shelves. But you can't do that at the dollar store. There's nothing there that can signify you as a high roller. There's nothing I can pick out that says, hey, I can take you away from all this. I guess I could get a lot of things, but if you get a lot of things at the dollar store, you don't look wealthy. You're buying ingredients for a bomb. Have you been something of a misfit amongst misfits? Did you know that there are autism benefits that they hire comedians to perform at? But they haven't asked me to perform a single one. I'm an autistic comic who never benefits from autism benefits. The organization Autism Speaks should put in parentheses, but not in front of anybody. Somebody heard me tell that joke, and they were like, because of that joke, I can't look at Autism Speaks the same way anymore. To me, Autism Speaks is now the NRA of autism. And I'm like, come on. The NRA is the NRA of autism. I mean, think about it. They say inappropriate things. They're very isolated. They get all violent if you say you're going to take their toys away. As somebody diagnosed with autism, that's the most autistic thing I can think of. You know who does like me, though? The gays. Because I think gay people and those with Asperger's have a lot in common. You know, we're sort of quirky outsiders. They have their rainbow flags. We're on the spectrum. At one point, your parents ask you if you tried not being that way. Or at least not so much. At least I hope that's why there's that kinship. And not because Asperger's sounds like a fantastic name for a gay diner. I'm glad to have that kinship, though. I find homophobia silly. I've done the math on this, as you can imagine. And there's what? Only one gay man for every 9 straight women? So that means before I even have to worry about any gay dudes, 9 ladies would have to get to me first. And I gotta be honest with you, if I'm getting that kind of action in the first place, I can almost stand a little dick. Sometimes you end up with a French fry in your onion rings. I just think people are afraid of the silliest things. Like, the funny thing about terrorists is, we're sure scared of them now, but hundreds of years ago, what everyone was afraid of was pirates. They were the terrorists of their time period. They were the worst thing you could be. But now, pirates are fun. They're on cereal boxes and mini golf courses. People dress up as pirates to make sick kids feel better. So I'm just wondering if in hundreds of years, That'll be the case with terrorists. They'll have their own theme park rides. Forget about Rolling Stone, they're going to be on the cover of Highlights. Kids will dress up as little terrorists for Halloween, going door to door, ring the doorbell stop, mom's open. Oh, jeepers me! Looks like a little jihad's come to my doorstep. Well, I don't have any virgins for you, young man. But here's a Reese's. People are just afraid of the silliest things, I think. I think there's nothing to fear but fear itself. For me, fear itself being synonymous with squids. Those things are so creepy with their tentacles. I sometimes wonder what it'd be like to have tentacles. Would it be stranger to have a hand full of multiple tentacles, or a hand that was just one giant tentacle? Have any of you ever watched Edward Penis Hands? The porn movie where instead of like scissors he has, you know. Would it be stranger to have a handful of multiple penises, or a hand that was just one giant penis? Have any of you ever read Johnny Tremain, the historical novel about the boy with the deformed hand? Would it be stranger to have a deformed hand like Johnny Tremaine's, or a hand that was Johnny Tremaine? And you have a hand growing out of your deformed hand? I guess what I'm trying to say, everybody, is I think we're all a little tired of girls who use their fingers as fake mustaches in their profile pictures. People think I have a morbid sense of humor. I like to think I have a whimsical sense of death. I kind of have to. I'm a two-time cancer survivor. I had cancer in the 90s and again in the 2000s. Basically, I get cancer every time they make a Men in Black movie. So right now I'm wicked nervous. People ask me what kind I had. It's a little embarrassing to talk about. Let's just say when I swear I would give my left nut for something, that don't hold still, mate. That money's already been spent. I'd give my right nut for my left nut. I just like the left one better. Can't be a resentful dad like, oh, the wrong kid died. Yeah. When you get that, it's so funny. People tell me sometimes, oh man, you need to grow up here. I'm like, you think I haven't tried? When I'm not in a corn every day, like, come on, lizards can grow their tails back. When you get that kind of cancer, they ask if you want to deposit in a cup. In case something goes wrong, you'll be able to have children. And I'm thinking, oh yeah, I definitely want to do that. Because I have so much to offer genetically. Why deprive my offspring of their chromosomal lottery winnings? Basically, for me, masturbation's a mercy killing. Now, I know I've shared a lot with you guys. I know it's gotten very personal, but I think it's very important that we build up a trust with one another, because I need to say something else that's very important to me. I think the centaur is the second most bullshit of all mythological creatures. Now, for those of you unfamiliar with centaurs, they're like half human, half horse, like a land mermaid. Now, the mermaid problem isn't a problem if you like tit fucking. But the centaur problem remains a problem. Because you have the human part over here, meanwhile the horse part, where all the goods are, all the way over here. So for all practical purposes, having sex with a centaur is just having sex with a regular horse that's wearing a person as a hat. You'd be committing lesbianism having sex with a regular horse that a person was riding, because at least you can touch the person part every once in a while. Thank you guys very much. Give me back to Randy Bush.
That was great. And that's it. That's the whole show. Thank you for sticking around. Next month we have Jonathan Weishart. We've got Jack Prime, Daniel Soto. the Ocean State Jingle Lot will be here. It's gonna be awesome. Come back next month. Bye-bye.